Greetings, my lord. I bring the good wishes of Moff Sarek, the officer entrusted with annexing this planet. He has been anticipating your arrival.
So I'm going to do a test run with Jace's current outfit and see whether I want to go ahead and keep it or not. I have changed her lightsaber, but we're going to go ahead and keep the outfit for now because I remember that her default outfit used to put the hood on. For some reason, her hood is down. I don't know why that is, but I don't mind because I actually like seeing her hair. But because and part of the reasons for that because I've seen her with her hood on, and it makes her look like she's bald, and at times it just looks a little awkward. So, but this is, I'm going to go ahead and do a test run with the story arc, see if I like it, and otherwise we may just go ahead and stick with it. Otherwise, I have a couple of other outfits that I may go ahead and throw on her, but otherwise we'll just go ahead and stick with this.
Bring me up to speed.
I would not presume to answer that. The Moff can explain to you himself.
Good day, my lord. It will well serve the aims of the Empire to have so accomplished a Sith on this planet. I expect to care little for the niceties of politics here, so I will be brief. The Empire intends to use Alderaan's succession struggle to bring it into the fold, and I'm offering you the opportunity to play a pivotal role.
I'll need details before I put my neck on the line.
The heir to Alderaan's throne was recently assassinated, right after withdrawing from the protection of the Republic. The planet's in civil war, and for the first time in thousands of years, without the armies of the Republic to bring order.
This means nothing to me.
House Thal is our proxy on Alderaan. The house was exiled 60 years ago after a failed bid for power, and came to us instead. Unfortunately, they have proven too weak to do what's needed.
Do they need the fear of the Emperor put into them?
Yes. Jorad, one of the Thal Lords, insists on following Alderaan's rules of civilized warfare. I want you to show him warfare is far from civil. Several of Thal's vassal houses have rebelled since Thal's connection to us became public. This cannot be allowed. Take a slave collar from my man here and drag one of these rebels to our weak-willed Lord Thal. Kill the rest and leave them where they fall.
These Alderaan lordlings will beg to serve the Empire.
These lords of Alderaan must lose their foolish pride. Those who will not bow must break.
Alright, so now we are gonna go put a shock collar on a noble. Also, while we're here, looks like I have a couple more messages that came in. And they're both from Jace. I never meant to betray you. I was preparing for our meeting when Master Carr detained me and sent his Jedi in my place. Now I have to answer for their fates. Xylex was always distant around me. He knew I could sense the darkness inside him. You saw it too. You brought his darkness to the surface. I have so many questions for you, but Master Carr won't let me out of his sight. If only I had my way, this whole mess would be over by now. So she sent that, as we went to do that mission. The ambush was Master Carr's idea. I tried to hide our meeting, but he saw through my deception. Olden was a friend. When I heard what you did to him, I wanted to kill you myself. I've controlled my grief since then, but his sacrifice will haunt me forever. There will be no more meetings. My master watches my every move. Please stop this madness. I can't bear it any longer. Yeah, I think she probably saw me read those and went, yeah, I sent those to you when then things were different. I'm totally fine with how they are now. So this gets fun. If you are, if you've been enjoying my shocking vet every chance we get, you get to see even more now. But with a noble of Alderaan, one of these political creatures like, like our good buddy from House Thul, Kendo, yeah.
You're not dead.
Alderaan!
Yes, and now you will come with me. I like how there's a timer here. You have half an hour to do this. It's like, seriously? It's right over here, and I have half an hour after doing that. Whatever.
What is... who... Crymar? Is that Crymar Novan? That's a free nobleman of Alderaan. Unhand him. Who are you? What's this about?
If you are to join the Empire, you should take more care to recognize those in power.
My lord.
All of Alderaan will be thrown into chains because of you.
Shut up.
Silence, slave. The sooner you see reason, the easier it will be.
I've said before that being too harsh might stir greater rebellion, though, of course, that's up to you.
I believe that is up to me.
Sir,
This spineless toad will make a poor lord of Alderaan.
Yes, it will take work to shape him. I hope you will undertake this for me.
Oh, if I
I
must.
would like to make you the voice of the Empire in House Thul. Aid Jorad and his men in crushing resistance to our rule. Obey him as if it were me, and with the same penalty for defiance. Tell him what you need, and he will ensure Thul's hold on Alderaan.
yes, sir. Sir.
Penalty for defiance. I like the sound of that.
I suppose the Moff expects us to take on House Organa. They're one of our oldest noble houses and loyal to the Republic. Until recently, they've been without an army, but they've got supporters all over the planet, including here.
You'll never find them. They've got top-of-the-line cloaking, better than anything the Empire makes. No probes will get through, no spy sats, nothing.
You are an imbecile.
House Organa denied raising an army, claiming it's just patriots defending their lands. But their attacks are too organized. We'll never find every group. We need to get inside their planet-wide communications, and that means finding a base with a physical link to slice into.
No Organa will leave your lands alive.
That's very thorough, but not entirely the point. The Organa guerrillas have a base hidden in some cave or other natural camouflage. There should be a master comlink there, guarded by their best soldiers. If you insert this computer spike, it'll give us a backdoor into all their communications.
Once we can hear them, there's nowhere on this world they'll be safe.
House Organa will not make another move without us knowing.
You're not dead.
Calm down, Jaisa. On the verge of reading level 44. Here we go. Hello? Go. Back there, huh? A lore object about House Organa. Yeah, just wait till we play our Republic characters and actually interact with House Organa. You can go ahead and pause and read that if you want.
You owe me now.
Ah, another player's in here. One of the things I love about that ability, using it to actually get to places that, you know, you'd have to run around in order normally to get there.
Impressive work. You can see we now have access to the Organa systems. They're all talking about the ruthlessness and brutality of the recent attack. They do train you Imperials well, don't they?
Wars are not won by talking.
Oh, you're right. We're going to be trying for the throne. That's worth a little brutality. Now that we can monitor the Organa's communications, it should be possible to...
Lord Thule, the base is under attack. Send aid quickly. Border Outpost 2 under attack. I repeat, under attack. Perimeter defenses breached. We're under attack by assault droids. Repeat, a coordinated attack by probe and assault droids.
Blood of the Queen!
Sounds like you need a little Imperial support right now.
Yes. Show those backbiters that the Empire stands behind House Thule. The data says all 3 border posts are under attack. Looks like a coordinated effort. Hunter-killers and probes. All I've got out there is a skeleton crew. You're the only one close enough to reach them in time. Please, save my bases, and bring me the memory cores from any probes you destroy. I want to know who's behind this. Good luck.
I'll bring you the heads of those droids, and their master.
Thank you. Now hurry!
If I must. You can probably also understand why this is not really something I'm interested in showing too many times. Alright, so it looks like these are the forces I have to fight. Alright, fine. Good thing I don't need a lot of frame rate to do these fights, because if I did, oh boy, it would be kind of irritating with the way it is right now. Recovered the droid memories. There they are.
Stop slacking.
What'd you say, Jessa? I'm gonna give you a whole lot more leeway than I did Vet. Because you are my apprentice. It has nothing to do with the fact that my character is going to be romancing you. No, I promise, not at all. Nothing to do with it at all.
Such power surging through me.
Good. Let all of your feelings and emotions flow, my apprentice. Draw from it. Let it be your strength and your focus.
Roll me now.
I just once again want to reiterate this little point here, that the way that they have redesigned this now, it allows you just basically do whatever whatever you want in this game with whichever companion you want. And what I mean by that is, it used to be you were restricted to certain types of companions because of how they were in gameplay. Like, for example, you basically, unless you were playing the healer class yourself, you would basically always want to take whoever was the healer with you, because they were the healer, because that was one of the only ways you could actually survive doing some of the actual combat gameplay in this game, because of how rough and difficult it used to be, unless you were playing like co-op with friends or whatever. But if you want to actually, get the most out of the story with certain companions, you really couldn't, because you were basically restricted to those specific companions. And it always felt kind of frustrating, because if I, wanted to take Jasa with me, I couldn't, because she wasn't a healer. She was a DPS. And I always had to take Quinn with me because he was the healer. The fact that I can now take whoever I want, and any of them can be the healer, and can be able to help me get through any of the gameplay, plus it's a lot easier nowadays with the way it's scaled. It's just so much nicer.
You're not dead.
And I really want more games to adapt this kind of system, that for those who want to just do certain things with the story or take certain people with the story but they feel like they can't because of gameplay reasons, that they change the way the game works with the gameplay so that way you can actually go ahead and take whoever you want.
I cannot thank you enough for your quick work. I don't know what the Organas were after, but that attack was long in the planning.
It was a costly defeat for them.
Oh, they have deep pockets, but it won't be quick to rebuild such a force. Who's the source of these? What were they looking for? And quickly!
The programming signatures point to Lord Cedric Kilesa.
Lord Killes is my vassal. He swore loyalty to me personally when we returned from exile.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
The parameters indicate the probes were to join an assault team in a... My lord, this program indicates an assault team massing in a tunnel between here and the Kilesa estates. I don't find any such tunnel on the blueprint.
The siege tunnel! Blood of a queen! They're coming through the siege tunnel!
Those attacks were meant to draw your guards away from the palace.
The wretched traitor! That tunnel connects his lands directly to our estates. No one's used it in centuries, but the tunnel opens right under this room. What are we going to do?
I can't wait to start killing.
I would not have guessed your bloodlust would come in so handy. Moff Sarek gave us cartons of thermite explosives. They take time to set up, but they pack a punch. If you take them into the siege tunnel, you could collapse it on Cedric and his army. Seal the access, so they can't threaten us again.
Sounds like a plan.
I don't know what I'd do without you here. There's an entrance to the tunnel nearby. The storeroom is in the same area. I'll recall my troops to defend the surface, but there's no doubt the real battle will be below. Thank you.
Ooh. Explosives.
You owe me now.
Hello there. Go. Excuse me, you're on my way. Thank you, Jason. Okay, there's number 2. I love those. Just boom, instant death of those trash.
You're not dead.
And the third one. Oh, Lord Cedric! May I have a word with you, please? Once I'm done with this droid. Silly droids. There you are. Let's have a chat, shall we?
So, you're the Imperial puppet who taught Jorad Thul to bite instead of bark. Does he lick your hand? Fetch your slippers? Real Alderaanians will never bow to the likes of you.
I'm here to kill you.
Then do it. Another will rise in my place, and another after that, until the last infant child. If you had a shred of honor, you'd face me like a man of noble blood. Instead, you hide behind a box of thermite.
Oh, silly, silly Alderaanian.
The tunnel's coming down.
Even our ruins are more alive than your empire. Retreat!
You're not dead.
The Kalazes just surrendered. My men are returning from the outpost to take them into custody. When they saw the tunnel explode around their lord, every man among them laid down their arms. I will tell Moff Sarek of your heroism immediately.
Take 10 heads for every one traitor, and they will not rebel again.
The Thals need not fear any further rebellion in their ranks. It would be a waste to keep one of our few Sith here any longer. General Stanul Thal is coordinating our efforts near House Ald. Speak to him if you'd like to take a further role in this conquest.
You have saved my house's dream of ruling our world, and taught me much about what that will mean. I will not forget.
Be sure to remember this when I come into power later. It will greatly benefit you. Now, remember those things I mentioned before? Those insectoid-like things over there? They're like the Borg.
Stanul Thul. I was told you want to see me.
Yes, Moff Sarek said you'd be here. We've had an inspection team lost to the Killiks for days now, advisors from Droman Khas. They were inspecting one of our mining sites for lanthanide deposits. But in the middle of their inspection, the entire place was overrun by Killiks. We've had no communication for days.
Who's that? Some other noble house?
Killiks are the native aliens here, giant bugs with just enough brains to hold a blaster. Moff Sarek wants this team back. Apparently some of them hold serious rank off-world, but the rest of House Thul is balking. Attacking these Killiks would take half our army, but apparently I'm too close to the problem to strategically assess its value.
You have some kind of personal stake in this?
Yes. I don't want you to think I'm asking for personal reasons, but my daughter was leading the inspection team. I don't know if she's alive or dead. If you can find her, find our advisors, free them if they're prisoners. I promise you a reward that will leave me bankrupt.
You start digging into that treasury. I'll get everyone out of that mine that walks on two legs.
If you rescue Daria, I will gladly give you my every last credit.
Yeah, about his daughter and her fate. Yeah. When he said, I don't know if they're alive or dead, I was about to say, oh no, they have a fate that's worse than death. Like, I'm kind of joking, but at the same time, it's something that people have discussed when it comes to the idea of what it's like when you're forced to join the Borg. So, for those of you who may be a little out of the know when it comes to the Borg, and I will admit I'm not that entirely knowledgeable about it myself, being that I am someone... Oh, I guess I'm going the wrong way. I'm very lightly into Star Trek. I wouldn't say I've gotten that much into Star Trek, though I am trying to get more into it and become more knowledgeable about it. I will admit that. I've even recently tried out Star Trek Online, which I have heard great things about from those who are much more into Star Trek than I am. So, it's something that I have tried to delve into more so as time has gone on, seeing various pieces here and there from the original series and Next Generation. Haven't delved in some of the other shows like Deep Space Nine or Voyager or any of those. I've seen a few of the movies, but not all of them. I know that there are more I just haven't taken the time to see yet, but I do want to at some point. But I'm somewhat familiar with the Borg in terms of how they function. Think of a giant collective hive mind that will assimilate you into it and basically force you to be a part of it against your will. And it's not necessarily a form of mind control because you are essentially trapped inside your own body and mind and unable to do anything about it. You are basically... Your body is forced to be a part of it and do things that they want you to do, and you have basically no say over it. You cannot do anything about it. So you are fully aware of what's going on when you're forced to do horrible things at their behest and control. And that also makes it unfortunate and terrifying because of the whole, when you're basically forced to fight them, the idea is that sometimes there's just no coming back from that. So
You're not dead.
it also adds that element of the enemy is less hesitant to fight back against them because they will see people that they know and be extremely hesitant to actually attack them or fight back against them, defend themselves against them being from these people that they know. But they kind of have to because that person they know is now being forced to attack them and there's nothing they can do about it. So the Killiks kind of do a similar kind of thing that the Borg do, which is that they will basically turn you into a member of their hive against your will, whether you choose to or not, and then you are basically put into a form or state where you are basically forced to be a part of it, and you don't really want to, but you don't really have a choice in the matter. You will see this in just a moment when we encounter his daughter. She is alive, but, well, you'll see in just a moment. And as I said, we actually learn also even more about this when we go through this planet as an Imperial agent, because one of our companions is a part of the Killiks. So because of that time with this character, we actually get to know even more so about the Killiks and how they operate as a hive.
Bless you.
So there's one of those teams.
Emperor. You saved my life.
You're not dead.
Now, if one understands, the Killiks don't exactly have the same adaptability as the Borg. The thing that's horrifying about the Borg is their ability to adapt to deal with something that was harming them, and then they adapt to it, and then that can't be used against them again. It's kind of similar to the way that the Zerg work in StarCraft. As we saw in Heart of the Swarm, Abathur encounters something that the Swarm is vulnerable to, and then he adapts them to it, and then they are no longer vulnerable to it. In fact, it can actually become a strength. That's kind of what the Borg will do. You'll see it in Star Trek, where sometimes they will be attacked with something and they're vulnerable to it, and then they adapt to it, and then all of a sudden it doesn't work on them again. From what I understand, I don't know if the Killiks function in that regard, that they actually have that kind of adaptability, so that can be a weakness against them. But when they have very high numbers and are able to adapt people on the opposite side into their own force, it can still be a very terrifying prospect.
Slacking.
You have removed those who are not of the nest. Had they stayed, they would have learned the peace of the joining. We will not deny you your prize. But leave now. There has been a song of swarming. We have claimed these mines for the nest.
Yeah.
What are you supposed to be?
Once we were called Daria Thul. Now we are known as new child of the Ukanuku nest. We have tasted the gel and scented the egg chamber. We have joined.
So you're a Killik now?
There is peace in the nest, a love that comes of sharing one mind. It is a gift beyond measure. We will never return.
Yeah.
How can you live like this?
How do you live in a world where everyone is a stranger? Where a smile may conceal a knife in the back? Stanithul is not my family. He and his kind have brought war to Alderaan in the name of their own power. Here we are safe. Here we are at peace. Here we will stay.
No.
Come with me, or die along with every Killik here. That's your only option.
No, we will never. We are hearing the voice of the nest. We have decided it is not worth many losses to save one. The nest has spoken. We will return.
That's what I was talking about when I was talking about the assimilation. It's very similar, for those of you who have seen Star Trek TNG, can probably recall that rather famous moment
Don't kill too many
when Picard was forced to become a part of the Borg. And the next time we saw him after that, all we heard him say was, "I am Locutus, of Borg. Resistance is futile."
Do you require medical attention?
And think about how jarring that was to see Picard come back, and the first thing we hear him say is, "I am Locutus of Borg."
Thank you. My medics are treating the inspection team for shock, but they seem otherwise unharmed. I wish I could say the same for my daughter. It is clear those monsters have drugged her, brainwashed her. I've heard of this. Something in the pheromones that joins their captives to their hive mind.
Turn Thul's troops against the Killiks before they can destroy another mind.
You're right. What good is the throne of Alderaan if our world is first overrun by these bugs? They must be driven out. We should slaughter them until nothing but their mounds remain!
General Thule, excuse me. It is urgent I speak with my rescuer at once. I'm Agent Craig Graff, Imperial Intelligence. It was no accident those Killiks attacked when they did. The Ulgos pushed them toward that mine.
How did you figure that out?
We've been monitoring communications between the Ulgo strike teams in that region. This was definitely planned. The push was orchestrated by the Ulgos to distract us from something they're calling Operation Sunshower.
You Alderaanians are entirely too cheerful.
I've heard that term. It's come up a few times in the chatter we're getting from our back door into the Organa networks.
It's a baradium detonator, a massive explosive. They plan to strike at the heart of Thule lands. The detonator's being transported by Boris Ulgo's elite soldiers, former Republic Special Forces, with the best weapons they could take and all the training the Republic gave them.
I can't wait to start killing.
Just before the Killiks arrived, we acquired a data file that I believe to be the launch codes for the detonator.
If you really wish to strike fear into the heart of the Ulgos, get into the camp where they're holding it and set it off prematurely. It won't be the full force of the weapon, but let it be Ulgo that perishes, not Thule.
So I don't recall if it's ever made clear whether or not the Killiks are beyond Alderaan, or if their hives are strictly here on Alderaan and no farther. The reason I bring that up is because you could probably chalk that up as another reason why we're not too broken up about Tarkin blowing this place up. Because if it also resulted in the extinction of the Killiks, well, good job, Tarkin. Just go ahead and open up this part of the map a bit. Ulgo Fortress. Come on. It always takes a moment. There we go. Alright. It's not entirely the best way I can tell if I can actually get to this through here on the map. I hope I can, but we'll have to wait and see. Yep, it's right here. Hello.
Stop slacking.
Hello there. That flip I just did. Did you see that? Oh my gosh, that flip. That was hilarious. Alright. Now, where's that safe room? Over here? Jason? That's like the third time that I've set something to explode while I've been on this planet.
Thank you. You are again Thul's savior, saving our lands from devastation and death.
The abilities of the Sith are truly beyond the capacity of the rest of us to understand.
I didn't even break a sweat.
Then we must bow to your skill even more, for it is more than any of our troops could do. With the Ulgos retreating, I can turn all my troops to rooting out the Killiks, to the last squirming lava.
My superiors have been asking about you. There is some intrigue happening with House Rist. Trouble for our allies. If you're interested, look for Dathis Elgin. Moff Sarek has already commended you to him.
Very well then.
Do you require medical attention? Be well.
Down there. Wait a minute. Oh. Name of this quest is Dirty Deeds. Dun dun dun. Dirty Deeds. Dun dun dun.
Dathis Elgin, Imperial Advisor to House Thul. Am I glad to see you? House Thul faces a crisis that threatens to undermine their entire position on Alderaan. And the Empire's as well.
You'll have to tell me what this crisis is before I agree to anything.
House Rist, Alderaan's House of Assassins, is currently aligned with the usurper House Ulgo. But there was a time when Rist did all manner of secret jobs for whomever paid. Now the dirty details of those jobs are threatening to get out.
I'm quickly losing interest.
A former Rist assassin, kicked out for revealing the identity of one of his employers, is blackmailing Thul. He says he'll reveal every assassination, every kidnapping, every conniving thing Thul has done unless we pay him.
Why would you seek me out?
We've arranged a meeting to deliver payment. But he's recruited some of Rist's best assassins to his side. I don't trust him. That's why I need you. Someone strong enough to withstand whatever trap he intends to spring.
So what exactly do I do?
This man wants to establish his own House of Assassins. And he has demanded land and a title as payment for his silence. Take this case and meet him at the assigned meeting place. If he takes the bribe, fine. If not, kill him.
Okay then. I like to imagine that when I get in this mount that whoever my companion is hops in with me. So like right now I'm in the cockpit piloting this, but Jace's also like either in the passenger seat with me. Same thing was the case with my other companions. You get the idea.
You owe me now.
I have nothing to say to you right now.
Excuse me. Oh, pfft. It just took a moment to actually trigger.
Well, brother, would you look at this? A Sith. I guess Thule isn't half as stupid as I thought. It won't do them any good, but I give them points for trying. Now, if you'd kindly hand over the payment.
I'm not giving you a thing until I'm sure there are no tricks.
Tricks? We've only just met, and you already know me so well. I thought Thule would send some scrawny diplomat I could take hostage, but you'll fetch a higher price.
I'm going to enjoy kicking your face in.
Don't get your hopes up. We've been doing this our whole lives.
So have I. You idiots are taking on a Sith. I mean, seriously. What is with these morons who think they can actually take on a Sith?
Stop this, Kai! He has the better of us, and besides, it's not worth it! The evidence is already on its way to House Ulgo. He had no intention of giving it to you.
Do you really think you could betray me?
Sam, you idiot! We could have been counts!
You've lost all sense of honor. Lying and stealing? I swore to live by a code! The runner with the evidence is delivering it to Ulgo's son, Vesix.
Sam, you'd betray your own brother? I'll kill you for that!
Damn it, Kai. I'm sorry. Look, the coordinates the runner was headed to are in the console over there. You might be able to catch him if you hurry. I'll take Kai's assassins. I promise, neither you nor Thule will hear from us again.
Yeah, I don't care.
No one betrays me and lives.
Let's see.
I take the fact that you're rummaging around in the assassin's files to mean that the meeting didn't go well.
The evidence has already gone to Ulgo.
You're kidding me. Damn it. Well, spare no detail. If Vesix Ulgo gets that evidence, soon every house on Alderaan will know who Thule hired Risk to kill, and when. They won't just banish Thule, they'll destroy them. And the Empire's chances on Alderaan will die with them.
I can't say I envy your position right now.
I'm sorry, but I have to ask for your help once more. Vesix Ulgo commands a squad of the most highly trained commandos on Alderaan. They have even defeated Jedi. But you may stand a chance. I have to ask you to recover that evidence, quickly.
This is a trifling matter, but I will do it.
Thank you so much. Find the evidence, destroy it, and I promise you double the reward when you return.
The things I have to lower myself to do to aid the Empire. Actually, I think I'm going the wrong way. I think I have to go this way and then around here. I think. gosh, this place is called Sunnyvale. I used to live in a town called Sunnyvale. Go. Hello. Okay. Alright, let's go back and let him know I took care of it. It'll be fine. Also, I think I'm going to have to change Jace's lightsaber, and the main reason for that is because... well, she's not going to do it now.
Don't kill too many without me.
The one I gave her actually goes onto her back.
Stop slacking.
It's okay, but... I don't know. I think sometimes I would prefer it if they just have it on their waist, like normal.
Tell me you've defeated Vesix. Tell me you managed to destroy the evidence of Thul's misdeeds before Ulgo was able to distribute it.
Thul's secrets are safe.
Never in my entire life have I been so relieved. Here is a reward from House Thul. You've done a great thing for the Empire. I hope you realize that.
So apparently another Darth wants me to come meet with him. Oh, very well. I'm so in demand these days. I'm such a popular guy on this planet, I'm in such high demand.
My lord, please stand by a moment. I have urgent orders to put you into contact with my superior, Darth Victus.
Ah, so you've finally arrived. I've been told that you've accomplished much for the Empire during your service to Darth Barris. I am Darth Victus. Our Empire has need of you, Sith, here and now.
I'm going to need details.
The task at hand involves House Pantia, the weakened former rulers of Alderaan. Though most believe them wiped out, a few stragglers yet survive. These surviving Pantiers are needed to legitimize House Thul's eventual rule. We are creating an understanding with them even now, but the forces of House Ulgo plan to interfere.
Why are the Ulgos so concerned about House Thul?
Boris Ulgo, House Ulgo's leader, was a Republic war criminal before he usurped Alderaan's throne. His hatred of the Empire is well known. Ulgo has strike teams massing Thranta for transport. They intend to assault the Pantier's mountain hideaway and slaughter all surviving members of the House. The eradication of House Pantier would greatly impede our plans for House Thul's ascendance. It cannot be allowed. You will find the Ulgo strike teams and destroy them at once.
There won't be a heart left beating.
I would accept nothing less. When it is done, report back to Lieutenant Muir. We will continue our discussion then. Farewell.
Good luck.
Thanks. Hey, 45. Also, I just realized something. I haven't changed my title. There we are. Lord Beredith. Yes. I'm a lord now. I will make sure they know that. Oh my gosh. Ugh.
You owe me now.
Ugh, boy. All these trees. Ugh, man. I'm really happy to learn about the news that the prices for graphics cards are dropping, so I can be able to hopefully get a better one, so I can put this stuttering with these outdoor areas to rest for good on my machine. Because, boy, it's driving me nuts.
Stop slacking.
Jaisa. Be careful. I got out of there just as they teleported in.
Welcome back. Probes have confirmed the full elimination of Ulgo's strike teams. I will contact Darth Victus immediately. My lord, Lieutenant Muir, the matter is dealt with.
Perfect. The Empire is fortunate to have such a capable servant. This accomplishment will be well rewarded.
Tell me what happens now.
I am currently engaged in negotiations with the Pantia survivors at their mountain hideaway. I will arrange for you to be allowed inside. Be sure to conduct yourself cautiously. The Pantia hideaway is neutral soil. They won't tolerate uncalled-for aggression. One obstacle still stands before our plans for House Thule. Boris Ulgo, the supposed king of Alderaan himself. We'll speak more when you arrive.
Farewell, my lord.
How lovely that there's a fast travel point right there at the hideout.
You owe me now.
Good, you've arrived. Allow me to introduce you to Lord Alderaan Pantia, nephew of the late Queen Silara Pantia, rightful Queen of Alderaan. Your lordship, this is the hero I spoke to you about. The one who prevented Ulgo's barbarous attack against your noble house.
It is an honor to meet you. My family owes you a great debt. You will always be welcome in the home of Pantia.
I didn't come here to trade friendly banter.
True enough. It certainly isn't why we asked you here.
The elimination of House Ulgo's strike teams has forced them to draw men from their castle guard. The heart of their house lies exposed. Given your exemplary service in defense of House Pantia, Lord Alderaan has deigned to grant you an opportunity to shape the future of Alderaan.
Boris Ulgo, head of House Ulgo, has betrayed the noble laws of Alderaan and stolen the throne for himself. It will be your task to remove it from him.
I would be more than proud to help.
Just as I told you, your lordship, the servants of House Thule and its allies are as fearless as they are loyal.
So I see, Lord Victus. So I see. Please, do everything within your power to capture Boris Ulga alive. The people of Alderaan deserve to see that usurper face justice. They deserve...
Begging your pardon, my lord. An urgent matter requires your attention.
Very well. Tell me what's happened.
Captured alive, you will do no such thing. Even in chains, Boris Ulgo is a threat to House Thule's ascendance. He must be killed at all costs.
Why do we care about Boris Ulgo? He's just one man.
Boris Ulgo was a Republic war hero. He only claimed the throne in order to challenge House Thule and the Empire. As long as Boris Ulgo lives, he could influence people against our cause. Remember that.
My apologies. Now you understand the gravity of the task being given to you, don't you? Boris Ulgo is at the center of a castle stolen from our house, surrounded by an army of loyal troops. Until now, no one has dared challenge his position.
I can't wait to start killing.
Just be sure you show discretion where Boris Ulgo himself is concerned. I'll arrange for a special detachment of our elite Queen's Guard to move in behind you and collect the usurper once the job is done. Good luck.
Do not fail us.
So you know what this means. We're gonna have to have fun storming the castle. I mean, that's what we're doing. We're storming the castle to get to Lord Ulgo. You can just picture Darth Victus behind us going, "Bye-bye, boys. Have fun storming the castle." I mean, it's literally a castle, and it's literally called Castle Pantier. We are literally storming the castle. Of course, it doesn't take a miracle, it takes a Sith. Fellow player, I will aid you!
You owe me now.
Let's see. Through this way. Hey, a lore object.
You're not dead.
Another player over here. It's a Republic player. It's a Jedi. Yeah. We'll let you go about your business. Hello.
Stop slacking.
Boris.
And here we are. It's just as I predicted. A mere tool of the Sith Empire, just like the beasts in House Thule, sent to wrench the throne of Alderaan away from those who rightfully possess it.
Your claim to the throne is no more legitimate than House Thule's.
Wrong. Alderaan is everything to me. I've spent my entire life fighting to keep Alderaan safe from the likes of you. I was the only one strong enough to do what was necessary. The people of this world deserve a leader who will defend them. I will not surrender this throne for you or for anyone else. Only I can keep it safe. Only I can protect Alderaan.
Your ego is overinflated.
I believe I've tolerated your intrusion long enough. Destroy this assassin men! Defend your king! Defend Alderaan!
Alright, so now we have to go get those shield generators. Heavy ordnance, you say? So yeah, this can take a little while. Now, I get, that it kind of makes sense. This is supposed to be the finale of the story arc of this planet, so it should, the idea is that it's supposed to be, amazing and epic. But at the same time, you know how when it's not as fun as it could be, it then starts to feel like a drag, like it's boring? That's kind of what this starts to feel like. Of course, this has also been one of the longer ones compared to the others that we've been doing. But just to once again reiterate the point, this is no longer mandatory, and it used to be. I know I've been really talking about this quite often, but I just really want to emphasize this. About how much this used to be mandatory to do. Just to level and progress in the game. One left.
I'll taste your blood!
Jason is getting more bloodthirsty by the moment.
I was just getting started.
Now, for the king.
You owe me now.
Those are some pathetic guardsmen you had. In fact, you know what? I don't have time for you.
This is not over. I'm not dead yet. I won't let you win. I won't let the Empire's shadow fall over Alderaan.
Yeah. Yes, you will.
So ends the reign of Boris Ulgo.
For Alderaan!
Area's secure, everyone. Looks like the hard part's been taken care of. That's him, isn't it? Boris Ulgo has finally been defeated. The usurper's reign has finally ended. Lord Orin, the mission was a success. Boris Ulgo is dead.
Dead? That's no more than that traitor deserved, I suppose. Lord Victus, our house owes you and House Thule a great debt.
You are very gracious, your lordship. We are only too happy to grind this treacherous scum under heel on behalf of the people of Alderaan. Isn't that right?
It was hardly the easiest thing I've ever done, but I managed.
I'd say you've done far more than just manage. You have removed Boris Ulgo from the throne and proved House Thule's commitment to the future of Alderaan. So, you will have my support.
Will your influence be enough to persuade those misled brothers and cousins of yours who have sided with House Organa?
I'll do my best, but the Organos may not take well to losing. I fear this conflict could be far from over.
If you ever need my help again, you only need to ask.
I will certainly be keeping you in mind. Your work is done for the time being. You can go on about your own business.
House Pantier will never forget what you've done for us. Thank you.
And that is the end of the Alderaan story arc for the Empire. So, when we come back, we will be starting the next chapter in the Sith Warrior story. Stay tuned.